Today I'm gonna build a LEGO microscale Elven city landscape. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm here with the base, with the start of a microscale vignette on a 12 by 12 base. This is gonna be built for a medieval contest that is called Summer Joust. If you don't know about it, you can check out my latest episode and future episodes of This Week in Bricks, where I will talk a little bit more about the contest, or you can go and check out all my past entry to the contest, in particular the 12 by 12 category, that is one category that is coming back every year. Last year I was very happy with my barrel accident vignette with this river going through. That is an evolution of a very similar vignette that I did some time ago. Today, this year, I decided to go microscale. So everything started with these three body of water, with these three waterfall, with the one in the middle that is a little bit angled to create a little bit more interesting details in this vignette. You can see a little bit the structure at the back that is open. So I had the 12 by 12 base. I added these three blue plates with water on top, and I use a turntable here to angle this body of water over here, and added the slopes with the three waterfalls. One thing I haven't added yet, and maybe I will do just after this video, is to maybe add some detail over there, like some splashing water, maybe some white on or something like that. I think that could be the last touch to my build. Anyway, after that, I build all the landscape over here, which is light gray, is nougat and medium nougat, just a little bit of details here and there, maybe a little bit more of this nougat all around the body of water. And you can see that I have some sort of stairs going up here on this side, and I have already some white details, because that's going to be the main color of this Elven city. So what we can do is, number one, add some vegetation. So here I have these horn pieces that works very well as microscale trees. I used this in past mocks before. And now we can start to add some sort of details. So the color scheme is this one. It's going to be white walls and sand green roofs. So I'm going to try to use this all throughout the city. We're going to have some small buildings on the side and a bigger structure here on the far side. So over here you can see I also use one of these printed plates that are always very good to use as microscale sort of entryway or doors. We have a little tower over here, and I'm also using some green air pieces as some sort of bigger trees, and here I'm going with 10 for the tree trunk. Over here I'm gonna add a little dock. I don't know exactly where the sheep are gonna go because there is a waterfall, but let's assume that this is a small one that maybe they can take. And here I have a small sailboat. I had to use light gray at the bottom, but here we have some more chrome, some more metallic color over there, and a sail. So this is gonna be dock over there to add a little bit of detail. Sorry, my voice is not great. I'm still a little bit under the weather. Over here, I'm planning to add some sort of pavilion, some sort of big gazebo kind of thing on the water. So I'm going to use this round plate over here, this round jumper, connect this with a sort of bridge. This is the same part that I actually use for the sail. And then I'm going to have this piece that is actually not white, but is the kind of white that light in the dark. And this is just going to be sitting there to create this interesting detail. I probably need to play a little bit with this one so that it aligns better, and I think is a pretty nice touch. Then over here, because in this Elven structure usually there are these kind of arches, I wanted to create that sort of detail. So I'm gonna add a piece of land over there and another one over here. So again, I'm using these horn pieces to create this sort of arch kind of detail. Even though they don't close fully, that would have been nicer. But I think this works very well as some sort of Elven kind of detail. Over here, I'm going to add another piece of land, another little structure, another tree, and I have another tree. So this is kind of frame all this center area. Here I have another little building. I have a sort of round door, again, some arches on top, and the sand green on top. This is gonna connect to this one in the angle, so it will help me also to fill up the gaps in between these angle plates. Over here, very interesting detail. I'm quite happy with this. I'm using this, this is a joint piece that usually is used for mech or articulation of some kind. I think it's a very interesting piece to use here for some sort of tower. Maybe this could be a tower where they have a lookout on the rest of the valley with the horn, again here in sand green, to create the top of the tower. I'm going to add some details on top as well. So I have another one of these trees on the side and a sort of aqueduct kind of thing here on top with a little tower in the background. So this, I think, fill it up quite nicely on top, and now we can just add the details on the side. Now, what I did is create this round plate that is going to fill up this gap nicely. You can see I'm building a little bit sideways, so I can have a little bit more of the mountain going off to this side as well to make it look a little bit enclosed. Then we have a big tower with these big cone pieces that I think I got from some Harry Potter set. And here we have the start of another tree, for which I'm using a different shade of green. This I think is yellowish green. It's another big air piece, and I think it looks well as a kind of centerpiece of this Elven town. In the different fantasy story, there is always some of these very big trees, bright colors in the center of this Elven city. So I think that would be a nice touch to add there in the middle. Now, the last thing to do is fill up this side over here. Everything is kind of closed. Two sides are filled up. This side are kind of open. So over here, I'm just going to add a structure with another bit of building and a little bit more rock work, which is actually very, very simple. It's just this one over here. So we have some rock work and an additional tower. There's some extra color there, but they're not going to be seen. This is just going to connect there and bring this Elven city more towering up in the mountain, again with some rock work there. It would have been nicer to have a bit more rock work over here, but I was running out of space unless I do some kind of weird offset there with jumpers. I think this is pretty good. I'm playing around also with a little bit of lighting, so I could have maybe some lights coming off the waterfall, but I realize I only have one light in this blue kind of color, so it's gonna be a little bit weird to make it work on both sides. Maybe I can do something like this. Anyway, I will work a little bit, play around with this a little bit, and maybe add some more details under the waterfalls, and then I will share here in this video the final picture that I will submit to the contest right after this for the Summer Joust. Make sure you go and check out my vignette that I did last time. Here on top on the right, you're going to see the link for that barrel vignette. But if you want to see more microscale builds similar to this one, I have a video of a very interesting sort of Japanese landscape on a little bit bigger scale than this, but in a very similar style, going up tall with a castle on top and a little bit of forced perspective. So here's the link on screen now. Thank you very much for watching. Please consider to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. See you on the next one. Ciao, ciao.